Alright, what you're looking at here is the brainchild I've been working on, the Rotax Ski-Doo MXZ, 800 cylinder on 250R cases. You've probably seen some pictures and stuff of this if you're watching this video by now. What I've got basically right now is one half of the center cases with a main bearing in the crankshaft. I've got my cylinder sit down on here. Basically what I'm trying to do is figure out what my height is going to be on my ports, how I need to position things. I kind of played around with it a little bit already. This is kind of all just hung in here, so I got to be careful moving it. And I came up with a real scientific method here of basically putting in a piece of 1/8" scrap aluminum plate that I had laying around. This was actually a piece of a skid plate off of a Yamaha Big Bear 200 or 250 or something or another that was laying around. So anyways, I shimmed up under the base of the cylinder. Hopefully that focuses enough, you can see that there. You can see all the weld and stuff I had to do, re-drill studs and stuff, of course. And basically that's got me pretty darn close on deck height, and I'm going to try and cycle it through here from the top now. Let you see. Basically, I think by the time I get my gaskets for this spacer plate done, I'll be almost an exactly perfect height. It's pretty hard to see there, but basically if you're running your fingers in through here, this is almost a perfectly smooth transition. The transfer ports over here on the side are a little bit on the low side, so I figure by the time it gets two gaskets under it, it ought to be perfect. Originally, I was thinking and expecting that I was going to have to use a plus 4mm stroker crank to get everything right. Now granted, I have not put the head on here yet at this point and checked the spacing and clearances under it, but it's you can see it's just about out of the deck right there, which is, I mean, that's a darn good height, I think. So I got to hook the degree wheel onto it here in a little bit and see what it is in actual degrees of rotation, what the port openings are, and kind of go a little bit from there. I'm trying to build a very all-around, not quite so much a high RPM drag type motor. So I'm trying to be careful and ensure that I don't have real long durations on the exhaust. I want it to kind of be just a good kick-ass all-around motor, and that's my goal on it. So this was also a good test to see how free it ran through, give me a pretty good idea on what my basically parallelness for the center case of the machine the center case is being machined off this direction, parallel with the crank running this way, and it seems like it's cycling through pretty good. Honestly, these main bearings that I have in here were old junkers that were laying around the shop full of dirt. It's got a hard spot in it, but I'm pretty sure that's just the bearing because it's got a hard spot in it when you're rolling it without the crank being in it too. So, but it actually runs through. I was afraid that I wouldn't even be able to get the thing to go up the top dead center, so that's a improvement, better than what I was expecting it to be. So we're going to hook the degree wheel here on a little bit and see what we've got for actual port durations on this thing, and we'll kind of go from there from figuring on it some more.